On the rock and roll scene, they just finished playing at the Moscow Music Peace Festival in Russia, and they're back with their hardest album yet. The ball caught up with Nikki Sixx, and he gave us the lowdown.
The album's called Dr. Feelgood. We recorded it in Vancouver. It took about 6 months. We moved to Vancouver to get away from the hustle of Los Angeles, just so we could just concentrate on the music. And it's the best thing we've ever done. We've had some guest stars on the album. The guys in Aerosmith were there next door to us. They came in and sang on the album. Bryan Adams came down. The guys in Cheap Trick came down and sang on a song called She Goes Down. There's numerous other people. The guys in Skid Row were in town playing, and they sang on a song called Time for Change, which you'll probably be seeing here on MTV. It's going to be one of our next singles and videos.
First video is the title track. In it, you can check out the new tattoo work on both Nikki and drummer Tommy Lee, who are sporting Japanese sleeves on their right arms. Other titles on the album include Rattlesnake Shake, Slice of Your Pie, Time for a Change, Without You, Don't Go Away Mad, She Goes Down, Sticky Sweet, and Same Old Situation. During the recording sessions for Dr. Feelgood, the crew also cut a few songs that don't appear on the album, like a cover of Teaser, originally done by 70s rocker Tommy Bolin, plus an original called Rodeo, which will probably hit the B-side of one of their singles. Dr. Feelgood will be on record racks this Wednesday, and if you want the complete history of the crew from 1981's Too Fast for Love up to Dr. Feelgood, look for Rip Magazine's special Motley Crue collector edition. The 63-page special features vintage photos and interviews with Vince, Nikki, Mick, and Tommy Lee. And you'll see the changing looks of the crew from platforms to straitjackets. Also included is a pull-out poster from their Shout at the Devil days. In fact, I have my official copy right here. This is from the crew in '84. We go to the crew of '89. Here's their latest, Dr. Feelgood. Time now to check out the top 10 real rock albums in the country. Our chart is compiled by Concrete Marketing, who survey independent record stores across the country, and here we go. Number 10 this week is Big Game from White Lion. Psycho Cafe from Bang Tango is number 9. Number 8 is the debut album from Dangerous Toys. Trash from Alice Cooper is number 7. Number 6 is the first album from Badlands. Number 5 is Mr. Big's debut album. Twice Shy from Great White is number 4. Number 3 is Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinkin' Rich from Warrant. Testament's Practice What You Preach is number 2. And once again, the number 1 metal album of the week is Skid Row with their very first. So let's get back to the ball. Here's the Bullet Boys with Smooth Up In Ya.
It's heavy, it's loud, and it's completely and utterly over the top rock and roll music for you, the Headbangers! Oh! Ha!
Venice, California's speed demons, Suicidal Tendencies, have never been ones to follow a trend or get caught up in the mainstream. They've always done things their own way, and our very old metal cam caught up to them on the streets of Venice, and lead singer Mike Muir had this to say about people's impressions of the band.
The whole thing with us is when we started off, people always said, you know, you guys are good, you know, but you shouldn't look you shouldn't look that way. I go, what do you mean I shouldn't look this way? I mean, talk to my parents, you know, I was born like this, you know. It's like, hey, I'm ugly, I'm proud, but that's the way it is, you know. What am I supposed to do, put my hair sticking up? If more people are gonna like us because we have hair sticking out and makeup and this and that, man, we ought to be playing disco, more people would like us. That's not the point. We want to do what we want to do, and as long as we like what we're doing, whether we sell, you know, 250,000 or we send 5 million, that's the important thing, you know. And too many people are like making music for other people or what they think's gonna be a hit. We need a hit, we got to do this, we got to do that. The only thing you got to do is what you like.
Suicidal have always caused a stir with groups like the PMRC. The band has a new EP coming out called Feel Like Deja Vu, which has sent Tipper Gore's blood pressure on the rise. Mr. Muir had this to say about all the controversy.
I think everybody needs a scapegoat, you know, and that's the whole thing. People like to be upset, you know. You look at a lot of these people that are protesting, you know, if they spend half the time that they spend being so upset, they'd probably be happy, but everyone likes to get mad. You like to trip over something and yell at somebody, who left a stupid thing there, you know? And half the time it's you, but you like to get mad, and everyone needs a scapegoat. And a lot of times it's people just, they don't want to deal with themselves, you know? That's the whole thing, you know, like it's the song Trip at the Brain. You know, it's like people are going, oh, how bad that is, this and that. And Trip at the Brain, it's literally going through your mind mind and thinking, because it's like a lost art. Nobody thinks. Everyone's like on autopilot. They're going through their life. They get up, their alarm sets them. They eat this for breakfast. They go to work. They do this. No one thinks. And because I have a song saying Trip at the Brain, you know, where you literally like about thinking and sitting down and understanding and like sitting back and saying, why am I doing what I'm doing, you know? And then we're bad. You know, I don't understand that, you know?
All right, we know now. The new Suicidal Tendencies EP will be out on October 3rd. Right now, here's a look at their most recent video, How Will I Laugh Tomorrow When I Can't Even Smile Today? Slam, glam, rock and roll, man. That's right, LA Scenesters Faster Pussycat are back with their new album, Wake Me When It's Over. The Cats' follow-up to their 87 debut contains 12 tracks that continues their brand of raunchy rhythm and blues rock. First video is for Poison Ivy and was shot a few weeks ago in Hollywood. The song contains some serious slide guitar to check out. Other songs on the album are Slip of the Tongue, Little Dove, Where There's a Whip, There's a Way, my kind of lyric. The acoustic ballad House of Pain, Tattoo, Pulling Weeds, and Little Dove. And if you buy the CD or cassette, you'll be able to hear the bonus track, Please Dear. Wake Me When It's Over will hit stores across the country on September 6th. Look for the Cats on tour in October. Former Kiss member Ace Frehley and Peter Criss were reunited in the studio recently, where Ace and his band were finishing his new album, Trouble Walkin'. Also on hand were Skid Row's Sebastian Bach, Dave Sabo, and Rachel Bolan. You can see Peter there with his new blonde look, working with Criss again. Ace commented, quote, after more than a decade apart, the magic is still there, unquote. Besides helping Ace out with drum tracks and background vocals, Peter's getting a solo album of his own together. As far as the other guests on Trouble Walkin', the members of Skid Row didn't want to miss the opportunity of playing with their idols. They drove to the New York studio with only 2 hours of sleep, even though they were playing with Bon Jovi that same night. After singing background vocals, they made it back for the show with only 10 minutes to spare. Ace Frehley's Trouble Walkin' will be out in October. Let's get back to the ball with Someone Like You.
Hi, we're Faith No More.
It's loud. It's fast.
And it's word. Yo,
The Headbangers Ball.
Adam Curry back with the metal detector. Mr. Big are out on the road right now on a U.S. club tour, and bassist Billy Sheehan has another project happening. It's his own instructional home video called Billy Sheehan on Bass. In it, the 4-string master discusses his acclaimed style with guitarist Wolf Marshall and covers all the bases, so to speak, with tips on easily overlooked things like the proper setup of the bass strap for on and off the stage. Billy Sheehan on Bass has 82 minutes of instruction and sells for $49.95. Look for it in home video stores and look for more live tips from Billy on the Mr. Big tour. Texas hard rockers King's X are also out on the road right now. Here are some of the dates where you can catch the Lone Star Heroes. The explosive trio will bring their power-packed rhythms to crowds through October, and right now, Alice Cooper presents Poison. One more chance left to headbang tonight. Next week on The Ball, some of the guys from Dirty Looks will be dropping by. And remember, if you got something to say, write it to MTV's Headbangers Ball, 1775 Broadway. We're on the 10th floor, New York, New York, 10019. And make sure you check out the 1989 MTV Video Music Awards. You especially don't want to miss live performances from Def Leppard, John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora, the Rolling Stones, and the Cult. Plus, find out who takes home the Buzzy for Best Heavy Metal Video. Will it be Aerosmith, Guns, Def Leppard, or Metallica? I don't know. Check out the Metallica dudes right now with their one and only video.